Hey guys, thanks for tuning into this first GamePro um, nostalgic review, I guess you can say. Um, I chose GamePro because basically GamePro was the gaming magazine of choice for me growing up. It was the quintessential way I was able to obtain video game knowledge. There was no internet in 1995. GamePro, I believe, started in 1989, but I started subscribing to GamePro. Well, my parents subscribed for me in 1995. I actually have a large amount of GamePro magazines in my storage. Large amount of GamePro magazines in my storage. So instead of pulling all those out, cleaning them up, I decided to stream. There's a website on the internet called archive.org, and there you can actually look up old images of websites. You can look at, for example, IGN from, let's say, 1999 on a certain day too, which is really neat. Or if you have a favorite game magazine or magazine in general of your own from when you were younger or from just a few years ago, you can go on there and search for that magazine and see if it's there. And there's many other things. Sorry about the screen blackout there. There's also many other things, as you can imagine, on that website. So here we go. So this is the cover here. As you can see, you have Dino Crisis, which was a game made by Capcom, came out after Resident Evil, and somewhat of a survivor horror, but kind of leaning towards more action-oriented. In the upper left corner, you got Final Fantasy VIII, coming off the heels of Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VIII, a great game, of course. It's made by Squaresoft, or Square Enix now. They know how to make great games, but it never really surpassed Final Fantasy VII. It just couldn't do it. What else we got on the cover here? Medal of Honor. So I believe that's a preview of Medal of Honor. Duke Nukem Zero Hour. I'm not entirely sure if I remember that ever releasing. If it has, I apologize. I have to do my research. But Wu-Tang Shaolin Style. Never played that. Madden NFL 7 2000. Of course, I played that. NFL Extreme 2, which was Sony's version of NFL Blitz. And if anyone remembers NFL Street, this came before that. But NFL Extreme was like NFL Blitz. Resident Evil 2 for the N64. A lot of people were excited about that. What would it look like? How great would it look? Soul of the Samurai. Don't remember much about that. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. That was a game I remember looking forward to, but just because I was so hyped for the movie, I wanted everything to do with Star Wars, so I couldn't wait for that. WrestleMania or WWF WrestleMania 2000, that was hotly anticipated. I believe that was for the N64. Then you got some PC games there, Total Annihilation, just a couple of games there I don't remember. But why I chose this issue was because it centered around, not centered, but it covered the Dreamcast launch. As you can see down there in the bottom center, Dreamcast is coming. NFL 2K, Soul Calibur, Ready to Rumble, Sonic Adventure. These were games for the Dreamcast that I just absolutely was going bonkers for. I was 17. No, I can't remember how old I was. Goodness, it was 1999, September 1999, so, oh man, I must have been 18. 17 or 18 years old, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't have been more hyped. I think this was the most hype I've ever had for a console. Was this Dreamcast? And again, GamePro was my was my video game magazine that I was the only one in the neighborhood who read it. So let's get into this. This magazine here. Advert for the new Tetris. All right, so there's that. Looks like they're on some sort of like Jerry Springer show there. What else we got? Another advert for Jammy Lammy. I've never played that. I know people liked it. Advert for NFL Game Day 2000. Sorry, I had to drink a sip of my coffee. There's another advert. Tomorrow Never Dies, 007. Let's see here. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That was extremely popular when it came out. At least I believe the first 3 games were extremely popular, just for their replayability, graphics, skateboarding. It really took skateboarding games to a whole new level. Let's see. Here's one of the first adverts that only added to the mega insane epic hype that I was that I was involved in with the Dreamcast. Put your TV on steroids. Get into the game at Target. $199. So just to recap, the Dreamcast launched September 9th, 1999. So $99.99 at $199.99. You guessed it. So it was all about the nines. Ironically, the Dreamcast launched about 4 years after the PlayStation 1 to the day. So 99.95 is when the PlayStation 1 launched. So I was just extremely hyped for this. Let's see, another advert, Championship Motocross. Never got into that. Let's see, this issue also covers Tekken Tag Tournament. I believe Tekken Tag Tournament was a launch title for the PlayStation 2. So this was probably looks like a preview, or maybe an issue about the arcade game Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which came out on the Dreamcast, but also I believe they covered here in the arcade. What else we got? Let's see, another advert, Suzuki. As you see there in the upper left, Princess Amidala, Star Wars, Hydro Thunder advert. Blue Stinger was a launch title for the Dreamcast. I bought that, and it was supposed to be like a Resident Evil type clone, and I didn't get very far in that game. It wasn't very good. I believe it scored very average ratings, if not below average ratings, around the industry. So it didn't. It looked really pretty. I could tell you that, but it wasn't fun. So there you go. Graphics aren't everything. It has to be fun. It has to be engaging, and that's what it wasn't. Let's see here. What else we got? Another advert. Revolt. Never played that. Advert plus head-to-head. Let's see if we can try and zoom in here and read some of this. I guess these are letters to the magazine. Let's see here. I'm turning Japanese. I don't know what that means. Why does Japan get everything first? We would love to get PlayStation 2 this fall instead of winter 2000. We would love to have Final Fantasy VIII in our game libraries, and we'd love to own a Dreamcast right now. American gamers are getting the short end of the stick. Please tell me why we get everything a year later than gamers in Japan. From Hard Knocks 35 via internet. The answer is, here are 3 reasons Japan gets video game stuff first. Sony, Nintendo, and Sega. You recognize the names of these, or the question is, you recognize the names of these Japanese companies? While innovation certainly occurs in the US, the Japanese have a knack for taking ideas, improving them, and making them succeed in the marketplace. We don't have the space here to list all the innovative Japanese game companies, but you know who they are. If it's any consolation, the Japanese also get the best TVs, sound systems, cell phones, cars, and sushi first. They even got Pokemon before we did. Don't feel bad. Just enjoy it when you can. So that was their response there. Here it looks like a Sega question here. The Dreamcast screens look great, but some of those from the PlayStation 2 look incredible too. So I have a couple of questions for you experts at GamePro. What system will be the best buy, and how much will the new systems and games cost? Now, before I get into the answer here, this is interesting because the Dreamcast, ultimately, among many other things, but one of the ultimate reasons why it failed was the looming presence of the upcoming PlayStation 2 and its included DVD player, and slightly better hardware, more powerful hardware, and that made a lot of people, a lot of gamers who were on the edge, just wait for the PlayStation 2. Gamers like myself who have no patience whatsoever jumped on the Dreamcast, but there just simply wasn't enough of us. And ultimately, once the PlayStation 2 came out, it was only a matter of time, and no one expected it to be that short of amount of time before the Dreamcast died. Actually a quick death. It was taken off the market in 2001, early 2001. Here's the answer to that question. We'll all buy Dreamcasts. Wow, very definitive statement there. Some of the games we've seen so far are impressive. See the special feature this issue. Let's do launch. And we'll be able to play them right away. The Dreamcast will cost $199 with games retailing between $30 and $50. Because the PlayStation 2 won't appear in the US for at least a year, we'll have 12 months to save our money for that system. And backwards compatibility is a very good thing, talking about the PlayStation 2. Please don't ask us about Nintendo's Dolphin or we'll cry, but you can read about it in the cutting edge this issue. So he's saying, basically, go get it. You have another year before the PlayStation 2 is launched, so why not? Save some money, go pick them both up. All right, that concludes, before I go too long in this video, and I won't be able to upload it to YouTube, I'm going to make a part 2 coming right up, guys. Stay tuned.